See, this is my first video where I'm recording my face. Hello. Um, I'm using my little brother's PlayStation camera. Figured I'd try it out. Might as well throw it in there. I know it's a little distant. It's on my TV. It's on the top. So, yeah, I had to do it because if it's at on my console, you guys will be staring at my chest. And I don't think you guys just want to look at my chest. I think you want to see some facial reaction here. Sorry, it's not close up once again. It's just the most convenient, highest place I have in my room to put it without it being somewhere stupid high where I have to stand out. Yep, I'm just gonna get started. Alright, so if you are at all caught up on online news and news about our government and its politics, you know about the FCC and what they tried to do. I think it was November 21st this proposition came up. The only reason, before I continue, the only reason I have World War II displayed is because it's a backdrop for the video. I display directly from my console. I don't use capture cards because I'm broke. But yeah, so this is just a backdrop, so you're not sitting here watching little smiley faces jump up and down like you have before, like you did just a second ago when I turned the video on for the camera. But anyway, yeah, the FCC proposed to get rid of net neutrality. Now, I know I wasn't familiar with what net neutrality was, honestly. This is me being honest. Until recently, when I heard about this, I looked it up and I've been watching videos about it and getting basically a gist of what it is. I know it's all over YouTube right now. It's probably all over YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media you guys are on. I guarantee you've heard about it somehow, some way, maybe from friends, family, uncles, aunts, anybody. I guarantee you've heard about this issue. So, in case you haven't, net neutrality pretty much is, it's basically saying that companies can't overcharge you for internet. Like, let's say, like right now, Call of Duty, for example. I've got Call of Duty pulled up. Let's say that net neutrality falls apart, and I go through Spectrum. That's my internet provider. So, let's say I get a basic package from Spectrum. If I want to play Call of Duty World War II online with my friends, my family, whoever, then Spectrum, without net neutrality, has the right to make me pay however much they feel is necessary extra for gaming. And let's think about this for a second. Let's say Spectrum is a rival with another company. This isn't me saying they are, this is hypothetical, hence why let's say company A is rivals with company B. Well, if company A is my internet provider, any support company B gives, company A has the right to make it easier to not access this. Makes it easier to access their stuff rather than these guys' stuff. Like, let's say I work with somebody who prefers Bing over Google. They can make it easier to access Bing and harder to access Google, and make me pay more to access Google if I don't want to use Bing. Basically, they have the right to manipulate what you do. They can block you from stuff, yeah. But you can still get the knowledge if you want to crack open your wallet and say, hey, here's my card, charge $500 if you want. That is an exaggeration. I'm not saying it is going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. If I remember correctly, voting for that is on December 14th. Honestly, like, right now, anybody who's watching, or anybody who watches this in the future, maybe when net neutrality's gone, or when net neutrality sticks around, which we're all hoping for, I just want you to know that you may be one person out of millions in the world, but your voice is strong. All of you who this affects have a powerful voice. Your voice is the most powerful tool you have. And if you support net neutrality, there are several ways you can contact somebody and tell them, hey, this is wrong, we need this, we need net neutrality. I personally contacted my local congressman today through a website called battleforthenet.com. I don't remember if it's .com, but if you're looking for it, type into Google or Bing or whatever search engine you prefer, type in Battle for the Net, and it should be the first link that pops up. All they ask you for is your first last name, your zip code, and your email address, and a phone number is optional. I didn't give mine personally, but it's optional. And it automatically types up an email for you that you are also welcome to change at any time, and it will automatically send that letter to your congressman so you can put your voice in. Again, I understand that a lot of people think our government's not listening, our government's not listening. Well, if you believe in net neutrality, and if you believe in watching videos like this, or videos like Markiplier, or PewDiePie, or Philip DeFranco, or any of those guys like that, I know the two of the three are similar, but if you believe in watching those videos and getting your entertainment from YouTube, then you need net neutrality. You need it. If you don't want to pay more for YouTube, you're gonna need net neutrality. And let's say you're a gamer like me, who likes to play online with their friends. Net neutrality affects you. If you're 8 years old or 80 years old, net neutrality is a part of your life if you use the internet every day. Like right now, if you're watching this, or when you watch this in the future. When and whenever you are watching anything on YouTube, may it be me, may it be someone else, net neutrality is a part of your life. Losing that is a terrifying thought. Terrifying. Because think about it this way. Who benefits from the destruction of net neutrality? How does that help the FCC? If anyone can tell me how that helps the FCC, that would be appreciated. But as of now, this is me stating my knowledge. I'm not an avid guy of computers and the internet, so don't turn to me as an expert. But in my personal opinion, and from what I can see pretty plain and straightforward, the only people who benefit from the destruction of net neutrality is the cable companies, the internet companies, Frontier, Spectrum, Verizon, all those guys. Those guys who, huge companies, Frontier not so much, you probably have never heard of them, but you may have never heard of them. They're known as quote-unquote McDonald's Wi-Fi. But that's who benefits from the destruction of net neutrality, is the companies who give you the access to that net. The guys who say, okay, boom, here's what you need to pay us for this speed, yada yada, for all the specifics. It's them. They're the ones who hook us up with that. And they're the ones who truly benefit from that liberty. From the liberty to say, we want you to pay more for different packages. This is not me saying, with the destruction of net neutrality, are companies necessarily going to do that? No. No. But companies seek to make money. We all know it. Okay? Pretty much all companies seek to make money. Now, I'm not saying they're greedy, because the idea of a company is to adopt something and make it something spectacular and to make money from it. So I'm not dogging on companies for wanting to make money. You go for it. You know, that's what you're supposed to do. That's the objective of your company, is to make money. Go for it. That's what you're here for. Keep it up. Activision, the guys who make Call of Duty, they make Call of Duty and they make a lot of money from it. Hence why they're going to continue to do it. It's profitable and they know it. Can't blame them for that. So I'm not saying that with the destruction of net neutrality means that companies like Spectrum or Verizon or Frontier or any of the other internet providers out there, I'm not going to sit here and go through them because there's a bajillion of them, but you know what I mean. Any of those guys, just because net neutrality doesn't exist, doesn't mean that they're going to go ahead and say, well, let's make you pay $500 for just one internet package. For an internet package that includes entertainment, music, gaming, communication. I'm not saying they're going to do that. What I'm saying is, don't let that be a risk. Do not take the risk and let people tear away our right to use the internet how we wish. Do not let the FCC say, you may have to pay more to access different parts of your internet. I personally keep in touch with a lot of my family on the internet. A lot of my friends I play with on PlayStation because I have a job. I'm a college student. I'm busy. This is really my best way to keep in touch with some of my best friends. Like the guy I play with on here, Mikey, as you guys know him, best friend, known him since first grade. He lives 4 hours away. He moved recently. This is my best way to keep in contact with him. This is not me seeking a sob story. It's not what this is about. This is me saying the internet is a beautiful thing. It is a gift and a curse. It's a gift when we use it right. It is a curse when people abuse it, aka cyberbullies, hackers, thieves, people who steal others' identities. That is the disgusting part of the internet, right there. That's the part of the internet that doesn't work. That's the wrong thing on the internet. This right here, me talking to you, is one of the beautiful things. It gives us better ways to communicate information. It gives us ways to have each other present opinions in different ways and tell each other what we think in many different ways. It gives you the opportunity to look up one thing and find 100 different stories, opinions, all of that about this. So what I'm saying is, don't ever think that your voice is small, because in situations like this, we're a democracy here in America. We are a democracy. May you be from America, I don't know, but if you're a fellow American like myself, we are a democracy. And in a democracy, your voice is important. Young and old, your voice is important. You may not be able to vote if you're below 18, and I get that. But you can still say something to your congressman. Still. Like I said, Battle for the Net. Just look it up. It should be the first link. Do your part. If you want net neutrality to maintain, do your part. Net neutrality is important to me and anybody else I know. I live in a really small town. Really small town. So here's what I can pretty much guarantee you right now. If net neutrality falls apart, and again, this is not me saying Spectrum is going to do this. If Spectrum screwed me over somehow, screwed my family over somehow, because I don't pay the internet here, I'm not going to lie about that. If Spectrum screwed my family over somehow, and suddenly everything becomes 1,000 times more expensive, again, exaggeration, not saying it's going to happen, just exaggeration, just please stick with that. Excuse me. Then I could lose access to the internet. I could lose access to all my fans like you guys. You know, I could lose my streaming access. This could be the last video I publish, if I don't publish anymore after this, obviously. But you know what I mean. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm trying to be honest. So I'm going to wrap this up. And to wrap this up, I just have a few more things to say. If you are a user of the internet, no matter what usage it may be, this affects you. Net neutrality affects you, affects your family, affects anyone around you who uses the internet for any single purpose. You're all affected by this. We are all, as members of the online community, any online community, we are all affected by net neutrality. And if you want to maintain how much your internet costs, you need to fight this. Your voice is important. Like I said, I presented my voice this morning to my congressman here in the wonderful state of Ohio. You guys can do the same. It doesn't take very long. It just takes a few seconds, type in a few things, and that's all. So, in the next couple weeks, I think the voting it's like December 14th, so here in 2 weeks, give or take. It'll be 2 weeks from Thursday. We're going to see what happens. But that's 2 weeks you guys have to put your voice out there and make sure you're heard. If your congressman supports you or not, it doesn't matter. If you put your voice out there, you tried. And that's all that I can ask you to do. It's all that anyone can ask you to do. Nobody can ask you to be perfect. Because if so, then they're just delusional. Perfection doesn't exist. Don't think that just because you said something and you failed, well, you said something and the community didn't listen, doesn't mean you failed. It means that the community either got more against you or just didn't care to listen and cemented their opinion and just went with it. But that's going to wrap it up for this video on net neutrality and everything related. So like I said, if you guys really believe in the internet and want to keep me live here for you guys, and you want to keep seeing me play more Call of Duty, and you guys want to keep in touch with family and everything, get your voice heard. Get it heard, man. Get it heard. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Nobody's going to hurt you, anything like that. So, I guess I'll be back either sometime in the next coming weeks or sometime sooner, maybe later. I don't know. I'm a busy guy, so I want to wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, seriously. And for any of you who put your voice out there, go. Keep going. And for any of you who don't, that's okay. I get it. I really do. I don't blame you for not. I was nervous too at first. So, like I said, I'm not saying if you don't put your voice out there, you're a bad person. Just think about it. Consider it. And don't say anything to a congressman until you do your research and you know 100% that's what you want. This isn't me trying to say you guys need to do it. I'm going to suggest you do your research first, like I did. Make sure you know what you're talking about and you know what this is before you change it. So listen, guys, I'll see you later, okay? I will see you hopefully before the votes come and all that business. But yeah, like I said, guys, let's just go ahead and cut this stream off now, and I will see you later. All right, bye-bye.